Yo guys, so I've been editing videos for over 15 years, and when I started hearing about all of this AI video editor stuff, I wanted to try it out myself and do it for free. So in this video, I'm going to try a free AI video editor. This is absolutely not a sponsored video, and there are zero strings attached. I'm simply curious, can an AI video editor actually work? And how does it compare to other professional and expensive platforms like Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects or DaVinci? And lastly, is this something that I myself will actually want to use? Now, I have no idea, which is why in this video, I'm actually going to edit some content using this free AI video editor. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. First off, using Descript would be very different from my current workspace because right now I have over 17 terabytes on my hard drives. This is 270 gigabytes free of 2 terabytes. Halfway through these 2 terabytes, almost done with these 5.5 terabytes, nearly done with these 7+ terabytes. I need to make sure that I can actually host all of this data because when I'm recording a video like this is shot on the camera, could be like over 10 gigabytes. And maybe you guys are handling lots of footage yourselves. So let me show you how I currently organize all of these files and media in a way that is really easy to use and consistent. Like this will be very weird because I am very used to handling my footage in this particular way. The production folder is where I have Premiere Pro. The media folder is where I have my recorded footage. The audio is where I have my synced voiceover or sound effects. GFX is where I have my graphics, like images, and then maybe some documents for the briefs. And then this is where I actually export the footage. So doing it all within Descript, it's going to feel very weird to not have my basic organization. And just so you can see, like this is what a Premiere Pro timeline looks like to me. This all feels extremely familiar. What I love to do is zoom in all the way so that I can actually cut on the right frame. And this is something that I'm a little nervous about doing on an online platform because I go granular, you know, I'm really looking at the specific frame that I want to cut because dead air, when you cut it out, it can seem weird if you do it wrong. So a video is basically like a stack of papers. This is why people say they need A-roll or they need B-roll, because on one layer you have your stack of papers, but then maybe you want to show a visual or a graphic. So that you put that diagram on, then it's like putting another piece of paper on top of it. It's the same with sound effects. And with Premiere, I can have many stacks of papers so that I can create an atmosphere, maybe different visuals, different sound effects going on at once. Now, if I'm using an editor online with a simplified sort of workflow, I'm a little nervous about not being able to add those extra stacks of paper because it needs to be a much more simplified interface. And I haven't even explained After Effects. This is the other software that I use in order to generate motion graphics or nice flashy visuals. As an example, I'm animating this visual in After Effects and there's a mouse cursor in this visual. And if I want to animate this, then I just open up the graph and then I can change what this looks like. I can change how fast this element is moving. I can change the curvature of the animation. I have all of this control. How am I supposed to be able to do this in any other software? I have no idea. Okay, so I searched Descript. I have visited this website, but I have not actually created a project where I edited something together. So let's see how this is. So this does not feel like an editing interface right off the bat. It just feels like a conversation with ChatGPT. Let's click New Project, Video Project. And I'm going to upload files from a video that I've already recorded. I don't even know if this is a fair test because here you can see I have all of my files. So I'm going to choose one project that I just recorded and upload it into Descript. And I'll start with the video file. Okay. So that was too big of a file. How am I going to do this? So it only supports file uploads up to 1 gigabyte. Okay. What about the audio then? Damn, the audio itself is 1.4 gigabytes. All right, so my original file is about 51 megabytes per second, and to bring it under 1 gigabyte so that I can edit in Descript, I need to get it to 16 megabytes per second, which means I'm compressing like 300%, but overall, I don't think that's actually going to be noticeable because YouTube is compressing videos when you upload them anyways. So let's compress these files, and I'll be right back. Okay, the files are done being compressed, so now let's go back into Descript. Okay, let's drag in the face cam. What do you mean? What? File size is 1.03 gig. Okay, apparently I did not properly export out of Premiere, so let me go do that again. All right, let's try this again. Let's import it. Okay, that worked. Let's go try out these popular first edits. So can I preview this demo video? Okay, the demo video is not working, but that's fine. It's clearly showing me what the options are here. So the first thing that I notice is that it is automatically transcribing my media. Usually when I want to get a transcript or add captions, I need to manually open up a window and click a bunch of buttons in Premiere. But it seems like this is a fundamental aspect of AI video editors like Descript, where in order to edit the footage, you actually manipulate the words. That is unique, interesting, and an effective way to edit videos without getting all technical. So it's transcribing the media. The second thing I notice is that it gives us some options to automatically add some features right away. For example, I can remove background noise right away. I can add captions to the video, and I can add fade transitions so that the in and out look better. I like that they show this right away because these are features that I might just forget to use when I'm using Premiere Pro. And look at this. We have the timeline. My footage is here, but what if I want to add overlays or something like that? Oh, low-key don't have the slightest idea what is going on. I tried to add a new layer. It gave me a bunch of other options and there's a lot to click on here, so I'm just not gonna, we're gonna have to come back to this.
Several days later.
All right, guys, at first I was a little nervous. You know, an AI video editor for free, maybe I don't use it correctly or maybe it can't really do the job, but I am genuinely impressed because after a few days of exploring and experimenting with Descript, I was able to create this short video that you're about to watch entirely for free. Now, I have burned through all of my free AI credits. The video is exported at a pretty low resolution because it's the free version, and there is a Descript watermark in the bottom right. But nevertheless, check this out. It's a short clip, and then I'll show you what I learned from doing this. I hope you enjoy. So the first thing that I did is I actually filmed all of this footage in person. Real life, good old filming. I did this because I originally had no intention to even make this with AI. But then I started editing the video. I was thinking it could be a cool little montage video that I could share to an online community. And then I ran into a problem as I was editing this video. And the problem I ran into was that it was boring. I was just doing mundane activities like walking around the house or doing laundry. So then I started to edit it a little bit, maybe put in some effects. And then I was like, okay, what if I just stylized this with AI? I mean, the fact that I was able to do this for free is mind-blowing to me. And the first discovery for me is the AI features. Firstly, I can just remove silences with the click of a button. Now, at first, I thought this was weird because what if I'm removing silences that I actually want to keep? But the nice thing is that it shows me each spot that it detected, so I don't have to accept all changes at once. The other thing I can do is choose which takes I want. So obviously I repeat myself many times when I'm recording a video, and Descript is able to detect when I am doing a retake, so I can go through and choose which takes I want to keep. The other feature is generating media. Now with the free version, the models that you can use for video or image generation are pretty bad, but you're actually getting used to using AI in your workflow. And one really cool feature that I didn't get to use because my credits went out is you can regenerate audio. So I can highlight a spot in my video and replace those words and correct what I originally recorded. And I can do that using generative AI for audio. And I think that is powerful and applicable because a lot of times I say the wrong thing or want to make a really small adjustment, and it's not worth going and re-recording the whole video. It also has great captioning because it's based off of a text editing model. The captioning from your original recording is genuinely accurate. Like when I'm using Premiere, there are a lot of typos and it doesn't get the punctuation correctly that much. Another feature is the studio improvements. So you can make your audio sound much more crisp and professional, and you can add blur to your camera without needing to do the fine tuning that other platforms require. And lastly is the AI assistant. And this is friendly and useful because I don't have to go through all of these help and support articles. I can just ask a question there, and sometimes it can actually just take actions for me. I was concerned about hosting the media and it being slow or unorganized, but it is easy to insert my media into Descript. And the thing that actually blew my mind was that I was able to go from one computer to another computer, and all of my changes and media were uploaded and updated. Like, this is unheard of with my typical workflow. I would not be doing that. And then there is the function of layouts. So you can just click a template and your camera and whatever overlays or visuals you want to use easily come together in one scene without you needing to do a bunch of editing. You just click the layout you want and you can replace the media with whatever footage or images you want to use. And with music and sound design, you can import that directly from Descript. You don't have to open a new tab or upload new files. It has its own library, and I actually used that in the video. And then they have this start at function, which means when you are inserting footage, all you have to do is drag this slider so that the footage can start whenever you want it to. And this actually makes it really easy to insert a long piece of footage and get right to the part that you actually want to keep. And then the overall approach to text-based editing is actually a powerful workflow, because you can look at the words you know you had said in the recording instead of trying to navigate a vague waveform of audio. I was surprised by how little I missed Premiere, but I will say that overall there is less control, because when you're editing a video, there is sound design, there's color grading, there's transitions, and when you're using a program like Premiere Pro or After Effects or DaVinci, you can get really specific and really get control over the details. For most talking head videos, you can definitely just use Descript or some AI video editor. Having a good setup with your camera, some good lighting, and decent audio quality, because with this pre-production, you don't need to spend that much time fine-tuning the details. Descript can handle the main things, and this setup works really well. And it costs $70 a month for me to use the Adobe Creative Cloud, and that's for most of these features and apps that I don't even use. But you can handle all of this for $24 or $35 a month on a basic plan with this video editor. And right now, I feel like a lot of my workflow is inefficient. I'm constantly exporting and re-importing files and waiting for things to load. It feels clunky, so this is something that I would actually consider using and might use when I'm editing a video on my laptop. So those are the basic takeaways from me, and keep in mind, I'm not sponsored by Descript, and I'm also new to the platform. So after letting it marinate, giving it some time, it's possible I could change these insights as well. But in terms of my first impressions, this is what I can say about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there are any other ideas or platforms or challenges that you want to tackle in another video, then just drop a comment below or check out my community. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.